Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with If I Could Choose Only One Work by Composer X, it would have to be Work B. I got to pick a different letter for these, it gets dull. Anyway, look, who's the composer? It's Manuel de Falla. Now, Falla is a little bit complicated. Well, complicated, it should be simple, but it is complicated. Why? Because he didn't write very much music. There's like a dozen pieces of mature music that he polished to a perfect pitch of absolute, total finish and exquisiteness. And so picking one is really rather difficult because they are amazing works, but I have actually given this quite a bit of thought and, of course, done a lot of listening and come down to the ultimate choice. It's Nights in the Gardens of Spain. Oh, it's so beautiful. Now, what were the other choices? Let's just make a short list, right? You've got the two opera things, La Vida Breve, which I think it's got the dance, it's beautiful, that Spanish dance thing. It's absolutely exquisite. It also has vibrato all over the place, by the way, notated if you're curious. But, oh my gosh, I love it, but the plot's a little bit thin. It's like, girl's getting married, she sees boyfriend with another woman, she drops dead. That's the plot. So that, I think, isn't going anywhere. And then we've got Master Peter's Puppet Show, which it's an episode from Don Quixote, and it's just unbelievably annoying. You listen to it, you want to go crazy. It's screaming and, it's cute and charming and lovely, and it was one of those, Princess de Polignac commission things. But, okay. Then we got the real popular stuff. We've got El Amor Brujo. Oh, yes. That has the ritual fire dance. Da 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 ba da da. It's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous. It's a ballet with songs. And you've got El Sombrero de Tres Picos, the three-cornered hat, which is one of the great early 20th century ballets. And it's been recorded a bazillion times. And there's the Piano Fantasia Bética and 4 Spanish pieces and the Spanish folk songs, and there's the harpsichord concerto. And, that about sums it up. There's Atlántida if you want to do something that's incomplete. And there were also some earlier works. Fuego Fatua, it's a ballet based on Chopin. It's really weird, not very typical. And then there are the early versions of a lot of this same stuff, because he just kept writing and polishing and rewriting and rearranging all the same things. And then he dropped dead. And so that was it. He had a long life, but he was very, very particular. Nights in the Gardens of Spain, though, I think is kind of special because it doesn't exist in multiple versions. And it's his only large concerto work. And it's extraordinary. There's nothing like it. It's an absolutely unique, sui generis work of art, and it's poetic and hypnotic and glittery and gorgeous. And as long as Alicia de la Rocha was alive, it got played very regularly here in New York. Unfortunately, I'm here in Connecticut, but in the tri-state area. Unfortunately, she's gone, and people are doing it less frequently. It is a tough piece to program because, it's not really a concerto, but it's very difficult to play. It is a concerto in terms of the exposure of the solos, but it's more about atmosphere, poetic moods, sensuous sounds, and deep mystery. There's there's a suffused passion throughout the piece. It only erupts really in the finale, in the third movement. And up till then, it's all very shimmery and mysterious and impressionistic. But, and it ends quietly, which is like the kiss of death. It does everything you could possibly do to not be, a showstopper. But it is a showstopper. It's a heart stopper is what it is. Just in terms of beauty and expressive intensity and perfection of form and shapeliness, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's a work of genius. And so when it comes down to, going through even this limited output, if I had to save only one work from the conflagration of all of classical music vanishes, except for one piece per composer, I would present to the god Cancrozan's Nights in the Gardens of Spain and say to him, could you possibly destroy all of the music from someone who could create this kind of musical perfection? I think the answer is no, but we'll see, won't we? So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.